captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Oh, baby. Oh, boy. Yes, sir. A lot to talk about on this Tuesday. Missed out on the Monday show. A lot of stuff happening over the weekend. I'm talking about NFL. We have a Super Bowl matchup. San Francisco 49ers hold on against the Lions, while Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs do the same against the Ravens. I've been waiting for this bracketology to update. It is Tuesday, which means I am going to talk this much about the Super Bowl. Uh, I don't know. That kid Mahomes is good, huh? How do you bet against Mahomes? Mahomes. Mahomes idol. Mahomitis. Mahomie. Anyway, Tuesday, also want to touch on what's going on in college hoops. A lot of stuff happening. Still got a few undefeated teams in conference play. These teams are rocking and rolling. Super Tuesday, of course. Amazing games going down tonight. Tonight. A-doom, doom, doom, a-doom. A-doom, doom, doom, a-doom. Anyway, definitely want to talk some power rankings. Top 10, baby. Keeping it rocking, keeping it rolling. Little bits moved, a little bits changed. Not much on that range. Also, want to dive into some Ivy League talk, baby. A couple of great games in the Ivy League over the weekend. On this beautiful Tuesday, when we're talking madness, we will break down the Ivy League teams. I feel like I'm a little man. Telling you, you get to a certain age, you just ain't the same spry young fella, young lad I once was. Forgot what I was about to do. Oh yeah, but yeah, definitely gonna touch on Ivy League. All of the teams that's busting into the tournament or might be into the tournament. Come tournament time. Tournament time. Let's break it down. Tournament time. I need to get music for all my segments. That's what I need to work on, man. Tournament time. Tournament. Let's break it down, y'all. Tournament time. Some old Uncle Luke style theme music for the show for every little segment. So yeah, got a lot to talk about, man. Want to recap the weekend in college hoops. Talk a little Super Bowl. We're gonna go power rankings. Gonna break down the Ivy League. If I got time, I was gonna do the Big Sky as well. Probably just do the Ivy League today. Got Thursday. I can come back and go ham on the Big South, Big Sky, Big E, not Big East, not yet. Not yet. Excuse me. Few other teams. Man, can't eat 8 burgers and drink a 12 pack of beer on a Sunday like I used to, huh? Huh? Woke up reaching for the Tums. Woke up reaching for the Tums. Just doing music for everything, baby. This is Captain by a Hook with the red beard. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going alive on a beautiful, fantastic. It looks gorgeous outside. They call it in college hoops a super duper Tuesday, and it is the 30th of January, the 30th day of the year. How exciting! Uno más día till February for the non-Espanol speakers. One more day until February is here. And then we're just fast tracking it to March, baby. Madness right around the corner. Lost track of the days, but I know we're under 50. If I had to guess, if I had to do math real quickly, I don't know. Under 50, though. Have to look it up. Probably like 47, 48. Something like that. Let's jump into this damn Super Bowl. I don't know why I'm singing like Pharrell on everything too. Yes, sir. Talking Super Bowl matchups. Man, it was a good championship weekend. I'm not gonna lie to you. Uh, went to sleep about the end of the first quarter of that Chiefs game. Had the over. Only bet that I had on the game was the over 44 in the hook. Woke up and I just remember the game it wasn't over, but it was over. It was like I don't even remember I saw like two plays from the Ravens coming out of the fog, and I realized they about to kneel this thing on out. Let me get the heck on up out of here. Got up, changed the channel, started catching the pregame of the Lions game. I didn't do that on purpose now. I feel like I missed a great game in the Chiefs Ravens. However, the score said, nah, you didn't miss nothing. But it's Patrick Mahomes. You hardly ever get to see greatness on the you didn't miss nothing. Speaking of not missing nothing, I thought there was at least two or three teams from the Ivy League supposed to be in this damn bracket. I'm only seeing only uno, man. Only one team, man. Anyway, you got Purdy and Mahomes Super Bowl in Vegas. One thing I will say about Vegas, full of 49ers fans. Second thing I'll say about Vegas, don't think it matters. A lot of Kansas City fans are going to travel. It'll definitely feel like a home atmosphere for the 49ers, I believe, outside of the arena. I think the tickets in the inside will be about 50-50. Maybe it's 60-40, though. Maybe the 49ers fans do get their way in that thing. Strictly play wise, how do you bet against Mahomes? What I'm seeing from this team, the Chiefs, that is, an urgency. And I know Mahomes isn't feeling like his window's closing. I think it's some other players, Travis Kelsey, Andy Reid, some other factors. How much longer will Andy Reid coach? Maybe another decade. I don't know. Could be shorter than that. I think Travis Kelsey is closer to retiring than he is to his prime. And I still think he'll give him 2 or 3 years after this. But I think he knows, like, hey, I don't feel as good as I did in the 2019 run. Who knows how long I'll even be up for this. My brother's going through it, watching him. It puts something on your mind. I think this means a lot for Travis Kelsey. I think it means a lot for Andy Reid. I think even for Patrick Mahomes, he's smart enough to understand this might be the last real big hoorah that he has with his boys. Now, as we saw Tom Brady do, as we saw Joe Montana do, as you see all of the greats do, they move on. You only have Gronk for so many years. You only have Dwight Clark for so many years. All of a sudden, you draft a guy named Jerry Rice, and everything is okay. All of a sudden, Tom Brady just makes anybody you put on him. They also pick up Randy Moss. I guess Gronk was after that. Gronk was more later in his career for sure. Now that I'm really thinking about it. Um, Mahomes will be fine, whoever he is. But this group that he started with, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a lot of players starting to see the skill positions kind of rotate in and out for the Chiefs, where I feel like the 49ers, I feel like that urgency should be there, especially with the injuries to Debo. How much longer will he be elite? Um, Running back wise, you got C-Mac in his absolute prime. Kittle's getting old, but you got Purdy, second year. Purdy still got 15, 16, 17 seasons. So definitely feel like the urgency is on the Chiefs side. Could be completely wrong about that. Shanahan's a wise coach. Definitely we'll talk more about the Super Bowl. Got 2 weeks to break it down. I haven't even looked at a line or thought about a line. All I know is it's Chiefs are nothing on my end. And I know people on Twitter are saying how dumb people like me sound. Chiefs, how good is Mahomes? It's kind of just lazy to the people that break down everything. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't give a rat's ass. That's what football is. Give me the best coach and the best quarterback. I do think Andy Reid's the better coach. I do think Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback. Now, you want to talk defense? 49ers defense looks abysmal. I mean, sheesh. Lions. If you catch the damn ball late in the game, you win the dang game. Also, Lions just running it whenever, wherever they want. No resistance. Absolutely zero resistance. I am looking forward to this though. Super Bowl. Less than 2 weeks to the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. Da 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 ba da da. Da 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 ba da da. Da 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 ba da da. Da 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 da. Hey na da ba da da da. It's Captain by a hook, baby, with the red beard. As I said earlier, a lot of hotness going on in college hoops. Breaking down what happened this weekend, I felt like I could do it simpler than going through the hundreds and dozens of games. Vermont, baby, 6-0 in the American East. Few other teams undefeated. You got North Carolina, UNC, winning and covering on Saturday. They moved to 9-0 in ACC play. Wow. Just wow. They have a good one against Georgia Tech tonight. And then, of course, the game everybody waits for all year. Take on them Dookie Stain boys, Duke Blue Devils, this Saturday evening. Last Saturday, not too many great games. There were great games. Just preview wise, you look at teams playing each other. The games were better than expected. I watched a lot of beautiful stuff. Including Kansas hitting a buzzer beater to cover. Hey now. I go white, go one day. But this weekend we are getting some matchups: Houston, Kansas, Duke, North Carolina. The list goes on. Even tonight we're getting Michigan, Michigan State. Oh yeah, can't wait for that one. My favorite game every single year. Probably only be able to watch the first half before I got to get the hell on up out of here. But anyway, so you got Vermont 6-0 in the American East. Rich what? Rich men. They actually beat Dayton on Saturday at home. Amazing game. Amazing moment for the Richmond Spiders. Rich what? Rich men. Now 7-0 in conference play, sitting atop of their conference. A few more. Eastern Washington. They're 7-0 in the Big Sky. Definitely will be a team we'll talk about and break down. Excuse me. Eastern Washington definitely will make some noise in the tournament. And by make noise, they'll be in the tournament. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Oh, by the way, I could rap. High Point, they're 7-0 in the Big South with UNC Asheville 6-1. Right behind them on their bloody tail, Mike. A couple of one-loss teams rocking, but first, McNeese State 7-0 in the Southland. And then you got St. Mary's 7-0 with Zaga and Santa Clara 6-1 in the WCC right behind them. I believe that's all the undefeateds right now in conference play. Vermont, Richmond, North Carolina, Eastern Washington, High Point. Make sure I didn't miss nobody. Oh, you got Cornell and Yale, both 4-0, with Princeton at 3-1. Somehow Princeton right now is the only team projected into the tournament. Make it make sense. Princeton, Cornell and Yale 4-0. And then McNeese State and St. Mary's both 7-0. So you got Vermont, Richmond, North Carolina, Cornell, Yale, High Point, Eastern Washington, McNeese State, and St. Mary's. 9 teams still undefeated in conference play. I mean, this is amazing. Amazing. It's amazing. A bunch of one-loss teams too. I want to shout out Florida Atlantic and Charlotte, both 7-1. Also South Florida 6-1. Thought Memphis would be hanging at the top of that conference. Can I get a hell no from the congregation in the back on Memphis being anything special this year? David Jones really bamboozled me. I'll just put it like that. Thought the kid was special. Realized he's just selfish. He's great though. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk trash about kids. Texas Tech 5-1 in the Big 12. Hey, they're sitting atop it. If I didn't say that just now, and I would have gave you $100 to guess who's in first place of the Big 12, I bet you don't take Texas Tech right now. UConn sitting atop of the Big East, baby, at 8-1. And I mean, wowzers. If you saw that game against Xavier on Sunday, UConn is the best team in the nation, best team in the country. Donovan Clingan getting his first start. Wow. Oh, wow. Amazing what UConn and this kid did on Sunday against Xavier. I mean, wow. How many times can I say it? Wisconsin, baby. They're sitting atop of the Big Ten. Believe it or not, 8-1. Wisconsin rocking and rolling. They do have Purdue on their tail at 8-2. UC Irvine and UC San Diego. I'm talking Big West basketball, baby. Both of these teams are 8-1 in their conference. Drexel in the Colonial, 8-1. Louisiana Tech and Sam Houston, both 5-1 in Conference USA. Talked about Cornell and Yale. Princeton right behind them at 3-1. And then you have Akron, Toledo. I'm talking Mid-American basketball, baby. These two teams are 7-1. Mount West basketball, surprise, surprise. They got a good game going on tonight. San Diego State, Colorado State, but Utah State 6-1, sitting atop of that conference. And Pac-12, oogly boogly. The Pac-12, baby. Arizona, Oregon, both 6-3, and then you got four lost teams behind them. It's gonna come down to the wire in the Pac-12, and it's as ugly as it's ever been. Love it, man. You got Alabama. Alabama taking on Tennessee. I don't mean taking them on. Alabama 6-1, Tennessee 5-1, and you got 3 2-loss teams behind them. I believe South Carolina, Auburn, and Kentucky. Talked about McNeese. Talked about St. Mary's. GCU, baby. Grand Canyon. I'm talking Western Athletic Basketball. Never heard of that one, have you? GCU in 9-1 in that conference. Boy, oh boy, college hoops is a joy this season. It actually is one of the best seasons I've seen in a while. Spread out talent, of course. Horrible for the road teams. Kids just softer and softer. Like I said, man, a week or two ago, we used to hop on the bus, go up to another neighborhood, play $20 a head, get in a fight, hop on the bus back, all beat it up in bruises. Took that $20, got some honey buns, some hot and spices. Then we hop on the video game for the rest of the night. But had to get that honey bun money, as Gucci Mane say. He said, "Why you talking, man? That's honey bun money. That ain't no real money." He said, "That's honey bun money." Shout out to Gucci Mane, man. Shout out to Gucci Mane. Let's talk some rankings real quick. Some power rankings. Sorry, I'll be forgetting about the time stamper. This is Captain Abaya Hook with the red beard. It's Tuesday, baby. We're talking power rankings. Haven't really moved my list around since last week. There are a few teams I moved up, a few teams I moved down. For you teams, I told just to get the hell on up out of town. So like I said, I need some music for every. It's the top 10. UConn, baby. They might be the best team in the country. I still got them at number 2. Till North Carolina slips and falls and bumps their head. Just going to keep them how they are. So at number 1, baby, we're going North Carolina. North Carolina. I mean, North Carolina, UConn, you can flip them in and out. Two of the best teams in the country. Definitely will see them on display tonight. UConn does look like the best team in the country. However, I don't move teams down unless they really lose. North Carolina 9-0 at home, 5-0 on the road. Winners of 10 straight, 9-0 in conference play. Uh, yeah, I know what people saying, but UConn beat North Carolina. Very true. Very, very true. Give me North Carolina at number 1. Give me UConn at number 2. Again, UConn, Donovan Clingan started on Sunday. This is the best team in the nation. Whew, I mean that with all my heart. UConn at number 2. We're gonna keep them Purdue boys. 19-2 on the season, 10-0 at home, winners of 5 straight. Purdue. We're gonna keep them at number 2. Number 2. I love Kentucky. I had them at number 4 last week. Got to drop them just a tad. I'm going to pump up Houston, baby. They're number 4 in real life. Hey, they're only a 2-loss team, winners of 5 in a row. Did have those 2 losses back to back. Kind of worried me a little bit once they hit that Big 12 schedule, but they seem to be rolling. Huge win last night against Texas. Shout out to the over. I bet the over in that game. When it's overtime, it's overtime. I get it because if they go to the over, if you got the over and they go to overtime, it's over time, huh? You'll get it one day. It'll click. I'm gonna go Houston, baby. Had them at number 5 last week. I'm gonna bump Houston up to my number 4 team. And this is a tough one. Duke struggled against Clemson, still came out of there with a win. And then they had a win last night, pretty convincingly, 10-point win. I'm gonna put Duke, man, at number 5. I know it's hard to do. This stuff gets crazy around this time. I'm gonna go Duke at number 5. Number 6. Sheesh. Feel like it's got to be Tennessee. I mean, they're dangerous. 10-0 at home, 4 wins on straight. Blew out Alabama 2 weeks ago, who's the other team at the top of the SEC with them. So I mean, they're looking like top dogs. We'll see how they play against Kentucky soon. But as of now, Tennessee has to be number 6. Or is that number 5? Sorry, I think it's UNC, UConn, Purdue. Yeah, Houston number 4, Tennessee number 5. Oh, no, I put Duke 5. Yeah, Duke, them Duke boys. I like Duke, man, a lot this year. Tennessee number 6. Always kind of fading Tennessee. Had them at 8 last week though. I did move them up to number 6. They are impressive, very, very impressive. Winners of 4 in a row. 4 in a row. Kentucky, man. I wish they wouldn't have lost. Had to drop them. Only dropped them to 7 though. South Carolina is a good team, a great team, if you ask me. Uh, Auburn kicked them the hell off of my list. 2 losses in a row. You got to get the hell out the top 10. That's one of my rules. It's one of my rules. Hey, I don't make the rules. I create the rules, which left me space to move up. Utah State, 6-1 in the Mount West, just going through an absolute gauntlet. So we got Utah State at number 8, had them at number 10 last week, which means it's looking like we got 2 new teams in the top 10, baby. Always exciting this time of year. This time of year. I mean, they got Wisconsin at number 6. I thought about it. And then I said, I just still can't shake that game against Providence. I still can't shake the 3-3 record on the road. They did dog Michigan State on Monday. Wow. I'm going with Iowa State, baby, at number 9 on my list. Uh, I know Kansas is struggling this season, but still, you take care of business at home. 13-0 at home, I believe. Beating Kansas, winners of 3 in a row, only 4 losses on the season. I'll take that resume and put them at the number 9 spot here on my list. Now, this is where it gets tough. 2 teams, 2 different leagues, both in Wisconsin. You got Marquette, you got Wisconsin. You also got Illinois on the brink. Hey, Texas Tech ain't too far away from nobody. You got a lot of teams you could pick here at the number 10 spot. Right now, I gotta go with Marquette. I know Wisconsin definitely deserves it. We'll see what happens. Wisconsin, you're in the Big Ten. Every game you have is a game to prove something. Kind of the same thing with Marquette. Both of y'all are in conferences where you play against great teams. But I'm gonna put Marquette in number 10 this week. I had Marquette high on my list early in the season. I kind of like to stay with those teams as much as possible. Wisconsin being at number 6 nationally is crazy to me. Definitely think, I don't know. New Mexico at 19, shout out to them, man. I could have put them at number 10. They're 18-3 on the season. Winners of 5 in a row. Absolutely balling in their conference. Baylor on a 3-game losing streak. Shout out to them, man. Trying to bounce back and get things together. But yeah, that's the top 10 this week, baby. We're going North Carolina, UConn, Purdue, Houston, Duke, Tennessee, Kentucky, Utah State, Iowa State, and Marquette. Marquetta? Marquetta? You don't say. Hey, top 10 starting to get serious, baby. Only what, 6 more weeks of college hoops, man. Man, college hoop basketball, I know why it goes by the fastest. It's because we don't fully pay attention to it until 2 weeks from now. I mean, I follow every day since opening day, November 6th this season, but there's cats that haven't even thought about college hoops yet. And they're just gonna in the Super Bowl drop a tear and try to come over here to the college hoops in the middle of February. And the sad part is they're gonna have success. It's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Still no update on the bracketology. I guess we're stuck only breaking down one team today. I am surprised. Like I said, you got Cornell and Yale both 4-0. Nowhere near this bracket. And then you got Princeton 3-1. Lonely representing the uh, the Ivy League. Let's talk about Princeton then, baby. I love what I've seen from this team. I was excited about this team. Even wrote an article early on, late November, I believe, about Princeton doing the damn thing. They just don't have a great build for tournament success. They do have a great offense, but usually a team like Princeton needs a great defense. You're gonna run into teams with offenses as good as you once you hit the tournament. You're 0-0 in quad one wins, 3-1 in conference. Haven't given yourself a chance to have a quad one win or loss. 2-2 in quad two opens my eyes a little bit to how you would be against quad one. I'm guessing 1-3 if you played 4 games against the quad one. You do have some good wins. You do have a good season. Only 2 losses on the season, 15-2. However, you're coming off of a blowout loss against Cornell, a team that's 4-0 in your division. And now you have Yale coming up on February 2nd, the other team that's undefeated in your conference. So, Princeton, they might not make it out this gauntlet. I'm just going to be honest with you. We might be looking at Yale, Cornell, even Harvard. Uh, I think can make some noise. But anyway, Princeton. We're talking Princeton right here. They got 3 players averaging over 13 points a game. Another 2 players averaging around 8 points per game. Love what I get from them production wise on offense. They are 39 ranked in the nation on offense, averaging 1.16 points per possession. Defense, I want to say middle of the pack defense. They give up 1.00 points. That's 1 point per possession. That's ranking 139th in the nation. Usually teams like this, they're not as athletic. Sound fundamental defense will be needed. This 39th ranked offense, I don't know. Uh, you play against a crazy athletic team, that might drop. 2 point percentage. They're shooting 58% from inside the arc. That is 8th in the nation. Free throw percentage. Hallelujah. They're ranked 10th in the nation, shooting at 78%. That's the type of stuff that wins ball games, baby. 78%, 10th in the nation from the 3 point line. As far as 3 points to field goals, they're 6th in the nation. 49% of their shots come from behind the arc. How do they shoot from behind the arc? 35%, 117th ranked. Not great, not bad, not horrible at ta. Also, they're 9th in the nation at protecting the ball and 26th in the nation at effective field goal percentage, shooting about 56% true field goal percentage. Again, only turn the ball over about 12% of the time. When it comes to defense, they do not foul. They are 8th in the nation at fouling. They only foul on 22, 23% of plays. Other than that, they are pretty average. They are top 70 when it comes to defensive rebounding, ranked wise, pace wise, 135th ranked in the nation. Very average tournament team. Now, if they are hot, if they can get shoot 40% in a game from behind the arc, and they can shoot 60% from inside the arc, like their numbers say, they make their free throws, they will be in games. Let me see. I forget. I think this team right now is going up against Colorado State right now. It was Michigan State last week. It changes every week, so we really don't know nothing from this. But if they were taking on Colorado State right now, +6.5 would probably be the number. +7, I would take the points. Expect them to lose by under the margin because they're gonna make free throws. They're gonna hit some shots. They're gonna seem to be down 15, all of a sudden go on a 8 to 12 to 2 run, only be down 5. It's gonna be one of those teams. I don't think they get out of the first round, but uh, they'll definitely make some noise and make some people happy that bet on them. I bet the Ivy League a lot plus the points first round, even though they usually lose. They usually come through with the bangers. Come through with the bangers. Let's talk some Super Tuesday tonight, baby. Got some good games going on. A lot of good games going on. I'm going to preview them as quickly as possible. Got 3 bets for you tonight. I love all 3. Tennessee, baby. They're taking on a hot, tough South Carolina team who we just watched blow out Kentucky. 14.5, way too big for me. But if anybody can do it, Tennessee can. They strangle you with defense. And this year they got a lethal offense to go with it. 14.5, though. Y'all can lay it. I won't. Akron, 11.5 over Eastern Michigan. Talked about both of these teams today. Uh, Yeesh. Gonna be a good one. 11.5 feels a little too big. Texas Tech, baby. Just told you they're 5-1 in Big 12 play. Atop the #1 team in Big 12 play. Yes, they are on the road tonight against TCU, but plus 5.5. Worth a wager, if you ask me. Dayton, they're trying to get back on track after losing to a rich what? Rich men. Dayton minus 12.5. I would take it at 8.5. 12.5 is a no-go. Iowa on the road taking on Indiana. Boy, oh boy, Indiana is exploding from the inside, imploding, if you will. Basically a pick'em game. Uh, I'm not gonna pick any of them. Iowa and Indiana both get the hell out of my face this season. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them got hot the next month of February and did make some noise, but I wouldn't put my money on it. Marquette, basically a pick 'em against Villanova. At Villanova, I get it. I would take the more talented team, which is Marquette. You can get a plus 110 on the money line. Can't be mad at it. Oklahoma plus 3.5 on the road, taking on Kansas State. This feels like a trick. Kansas State at home, minus 3.5. Yikes. Love that they're at home. Hate the minus 3.5. I do think Oklahoma is overrated, but I also think Kansas State slightly overrated themselves. You got the Mississippi matchup, baby. Mississippi State taking on Mississippi. It's basically a pick 'em. We got some good games going on tonight. It's Super Tuesday across the collegiate hardwood. Louisville taking on Clemson. I'm talking ACC basketball. Clemson minus the 15.5 at home, coming off of that loss to Duke. Why the hell not? I couldn't lay it, but why the hell not? Louisville, one of the worst teams in the conference. Miami, you telling me I'll take Miami plus 3.5 against North Carolina State? It seems enticing, may be too good to be true. Utah State minus 12.5, way too big of a number. But boy, oh boy, no way that Utah State loses this game. It'll only be, will they cover? Michigan State. Oh boy. Take the records, throw them out the window. 11.5. Yeesh, hot ham. It's Michigan State or nothing. Definitely not betting this at 11.5. I think this will be the one true game Michigan gets up for. And if they don't get up for this one. I mean, I'm for real. What the hell is Juwan Howard doing? Anyway, cannot wait. Absolutely cannot wait. Favorite game of the season. Love when I get to watch it 3 times. This is the first installment. Sometimes they meet in the Big Ten conference tournament. Oh boy. San Diego State, Colorado State will lap the seatbelt on me and call me a crash dummy. Boy, these games are getting better and better. Colorado State at home, they have been struggling as of late. If I had to bet this game, San Diego State are nothing. And they're plus money right now. Colorado State. They've been breaking my heart. I was eating some Oreos last night. Still got some chocolate on the lips. Kansas minus 15.5. Get the hell on up out of here. Kansas probably win this game by 30. That's the way Kansas rolls. Seton Hall, baby, minus 10.5. Kind of like that against DePaul. Seton Hall minus the 10.5. Kind of like that against DePaul. And then you got Gonzaga, or as I like to call them, Gon ain't never covered a spread Zaga this season. Minus 15.5. I mean, they probably win by 4, right? And then the running Rebels of Las Vegas, UNLV taking on Fresno State, 8.5 there feels a little big. But if I had to bet it, give me the home team in the running Rebels. Hey, nah. Hey, nah. I go one day now. Oh, baby, oh boy. Today has been a joy. Excited. Geeks cannot wait. This is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, getting to some college basketball bets for this evening, this morning, this evening, this bunch of 6 o'clock games I got for you. We're gonna start it off hot. Boston College hosting Syracuse, the Orangemen. Syracuse plus 160 on the money line. Oh yeah, give it to me. I'm taking Syracuse plus 160 on the money line. Um, love it absolutely. Mwah. Cannot wait to watch that one and go bananas at the TV. I'm talking Syracuse plus 160 on the money line, taking on Boston College. Give me Syracuse getting hot, starting off or ending January right, starting off February on the right foot. I'm going to do it. I know you keep touching hot water, eventually it's going to burn you. North Carolina minus 9.5. They are on the road tonight, taking on a tough, highly respected Georgia Tech team. I just think North Carolina brings it to them. I think Georgia Tech falls apart late. Give me North Carolina. Give me North Carolina minus the 9.5. I think they do win this one by double digits. Hey, maybe I'm getting too comfortable betting these North Carolina spreads, but I'll bet them till I'm dead this season at least. And then the last one, but not the least, I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horns. Oh, baby. Feeling it. Franklin Earl Beard Winterton with the best bet of the day. All right. I told y'all to bet this team on Saturday against them. Told y'all to bet against them. Ohio State is atrocious. They're atrocious. They're Ohio atrocious. And they're breaking my heart. Had high hopes for Ohio State. Love the kid, Bobby something. Don't even remember his name. He's been so trash the last month. I knew his name when they played UCLA. I'll tell you that much. Love this Ohio State team. Now, I mean, sheesh. Northwestern just put a 40 piece on them. Illinois is one of the hottest teams in the Big Ten. How could you not? Of course, probably bite me in the arse tonight. Ohio State's at home. Illinois, I don't know if they built for it, but if the home road thing didn't matter this season, Illinois wins this game by 30. Of course, I thought they'd beat Maryland by 30, which they lost. Give me Illinois, baby. Minus the 2.5. Best bet of the damn day. Illinois minus 2.5, taking on Ohio State. There it is, baby. The 3 bets I got for you. Again, best bet of the day. We're going Illinois minus the 2.5. The other 2 bets, North Carolina minus 9.5, and then Syracuse plus 160 on the money line. If you wanna, you can take the plus 4.5. I'm just gonna ride the money line on and me Orangeman. Anyway, thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support. This is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I'm Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful Tuesday, Super Tuesday in college hoops, the 30th of January, the 30th day of the year. And this is a morning show. Please take all waiters at your own risk, and please and gamble responsibly.